y'all, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I wanted to share with you all the decks that I plan to buy in 2022. These decks have been on my wish list for various lengths of time, and I'm excited to share with you what I plan to purchase and add to my collection next year. If you're curious, stay tuned. First up is the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris and Donnelly. And I'm excited about this deck because I personally love all of her decks. She hasn't produced a deck yet that has disappointed me. I have both her independently produced decks as well as her mass market produced decks. And I just have a feeling I'm going to connect with the Tarot of Curious Creatures. So this deck I plan to purchase, and it will be likely purchased through a bookstore or a metaphysical store when I return to the United States. And it is mass market. It is produced by Hay House, and my fingers are crossed that the cardstock will be similar to the other Hay House produced Chris and Donnelly's deck, the Sacred Creators Oracle. So I am excited about this one, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. If you already own this deck, I want to hear from you in the comment section below. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, next up is the Tarot of the Abyss. This deck is by Anna Turian. It is mass market and produced by US Game Systems. And this is another deck that I do plan to purchase sometime in 2022. I've seen the images on the internet and I am impressed with the artwork. I do wonder how I will get along with a deck that doesn't have color. It's essentially like in a sepia, black, white type of color situation. But the actual line drawing is beautiful, and I'm excited to hold the deck in my hands. Usually with US Games, I'm not disappointed with the card stock or with the card size or the quality, so I have a feeling I'm going to get along great with this deck, and I am curious to hear what you all think about the deck, whether you own it or you're contemplating adding it to your collection. I want to hear from you, so share with me. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next one that we're discussing is the Pink Tiger Tarot, and this one is independently produced, and you can purchase it on Etsy. And don't worry, the links to the decks that I'm discussing in this video will be in the description box. This deck is interesting. It is a collage style deck, and I love collage style decks, and something about it is calling me to work with it. I don't know why. It popped up on my radar, I think it was last year, or probably during early part of 2021. And every now and then you get a little reminder from Etsy, oh, you checked out this deck. What do you think, right? You get those little nudges. And so I went ahead and put it on my wish list, and I am just loving the colors, the feel of it. And yeah, it is calling me, and I'm definitely curious to hear from those who have this deck or who knows a little bit more background about it. And if you would be so kind as to leave a comment to share with me your thoughts, your impressions, that would be much appreciated, because I haven't found much on the YouTube tarot tube situation, haven't found much about it, and I'm curious to hear what other people have to say, so let me know. I'm really excited about this one. This is the Zany Spirit Tarot by Zane Hughes, And this one is available on makeplayingcards.com. I've seen flip-throughs of it, and I don't have many images to share with you all in this particular video, but if you go to makeplayingcards.com, you'll be able to check out a preview of some of the cards, and he has a walkthrough on his channel, and I'll be sure to put links in the description box so you can check it all out. This deck, I have a feeling I'm going to connect with because I really adore Zane, and I love where he was going with this deck, like energetically speaking, as well as the images. I just adore it, and I want to definitely have it in my collection, probably because I just have a feeling. You know how you just have those feelings where a particular deck will just work for you and you don't know why, but I know it has a lot to do with the creator. So yeah, this one's definitely going to be added to my collection in 2022. Okay, so this last one, the fifth one, is a fun one, and I'm surprised I haven't added it to my collection yet. And this is the Golden Girls Tarot. I remember it when it was well before it launched as a mass market produced deck, and I even had it on and off my pre-order on Amazon, and then I finally just decided to just wait. And the reason being is that oftentimes my family or friends want to gift me a deck. They know how much I love tarot, and they want to like gift a deck to me, and I'm like, okay, well, let me find a mass market deck that you can gift me. So that was this one, but no one has gifted it to me yet, which is fine, because I always went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to add it to the collection. But here's the thing, I am a huge Golden Girls fan. Like, I watched it when it was prime time, brand new episodes. It was something that my family and I would watch on Saturday nights, and it's near and dear to me. My sister watches, not reunions, but repeats, and I have a feeling it may be under my Christmas tree, because again, it's on my Amazon wish list. And if not, I may pick that up when I return to the States and have it come back with me when I return back to my home. And yeah, it's such a cool deck because from what I gather, it really speaks to the Rider-Waite-Smith, style, or, it's influenced by that. And I know the characters quite well, and I want something fun, zany, and just something I can, not take myself so seriously when I'm doing tarot. So I'm definitely planning to add this one finally to my collection after all these months and years of it sitting on my wish list. And the thing about my wish list is that I keep it at 10 or less. And then I will either purchase a deck or take it off of my wish list if I just over time am no longer interested in adding it to my collection. So this has been one that has been steady on my wish list. I never take it off, and it's probably time for me to add it. But again, like with the other decks, I'm curious to hear what you have to say. I know I've read some things about the Golden Girls Tarot where some people complained that there wasn't a guidebook. For me, that's not a deal breaker. Some people complained about the cardstock. I'm curious about that because I'm a riffle shuffler and I like thinner cardstock. So unless it's peeling all over the place or a hot mess, in a short length of time, I'm probably going to not be offended by the cardstock. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. That's my quick list of the 5 decks I plan to buy in 2022. I'd love to hear from you on the decks that you're planning to add to your collection in 2022. All right, take good care. Bye.